Hello Aries and welcome to your weekly tarot forecast. This is going to be for the first week of April approximately. Take what resonates, leave the rest. And it's intended for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus signs, or if you felt magically drawn towards this video for whatever reason. Let's see what will be coming up towards you in this week, guys. Energetically, you know, this cannot resonate with each and everyone out there. You will know if this is your reading or not. And if it's not, just move on to your other signs, to your other placements. If you like a personal reading, my email is down in the description box below. You can contact me. Okay, guys. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. What's going on with you this week? Alright, we have Two to Sea. So this is a card of kind of exploring. I always connect water to the emotions as well. Feels like you are going through some, it could be you're going through some emotional turmoil for some of you. For others, this is kind of you getting in tune with your emotions here. We will see how this plays out. I want to get more cards out on the table. Some of you could be making a journey. I know some of us cannot travel at the moment, so this could be a journey, you know, an inner journey. I kind of read from the soul level, so this is you kind of exploring something, and it feels like you are exploring your own emotions, your kind of, the way you see things. It's kind of you getting more in touch with yourself and seeing behind the veil and kind of finding out how you really tick, so to speak. Aries, what's going on with you? I'm taking this, I feel totally drawn to this card. Eight of Earth, Eight of Pentacles. This is you working on something, and for some of you this is you working on yourself pretty hard. For others this is you kind of, I'm getting talent strong here with this violin. It's kind of you kind of exploring your talents. Some of you trying musical instruments, some of you maybe are creative in other areas, like you try painting or whatever floats your boat here. Some could write poetry or write a book or something like that. It's kind of hard work and learning involved here. So if it's not something out in the physical that you're kind of doing and learning at the moment, that you're investing your time in, you're kind of investing your time in yourself and doing some shadow work, probably kind of redefining yourself, dealing with your emotions, healing, which is always a good idea, especially when you have too much time on your hands. Okay guys, let's get into a Celtic cross for you Aries. What's going on? What is coming towards you this week? What's your actual situation at the moment? Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus, please. There's a lot of things going on. I saw the Two of Cups. Okay, Five of Cups. It's kind of you, like I said, it has to do with the emotions with all these cups out here. I'm getting strongly you're working on shifting your focus towards something more positive. It's kind of you reflecting on your life, taking inventory, thinking about your feelings, thinking about the way you feel towards someone, in some cases here. And it's kind of you feeling torn between either two people here, or this is you kind of just feeling torn between emotions. Like I said, it's kind of an up and down here that I'm getting for you. It's kind of some days you are focused very positively, moving on forwards towards a new direction, being confident, being strong-willed, having faith, and then there are days when you kind of feel like there's not much future for you. There's kind of everything is stuck at the moment. You're feeling a bit self-conscious sometimes. And yeah, feeling alone I'm getting. It's like almost like you can't do it on your own, a certain situation. So you're kind of in between those two kind of emotions. I mean, there are more emotions than two, of course, for many of you out there. But, you know, basically it's all about shifting your focus between the good and the bad, so to speak. So you're kind of torn, I feel, one day here, the next day here. And it's kind of like what everyone is going through at the moment, you know, with all the incidents going on outside in the world with the current state of affairs here. So yeah, constant up and down at the moment. This is going to be an interesting week for all of us, guys. It feels like we all have to do some shadow work to do right now. What's going on in your subconscious here? You're holding on to something, wanting to make a fresh start, take an important decision, but it's kind of you're not daring to. You're kind of holding on, not wanting to let go of a situation, of a person here, but your soul is kind of yearning for a new beginning or for moving on, but it's hard. I mean, I get it. Sometimes if we are used to someone or to certain situations that give us a sense of stability, and that is what the 4 is all about, then it's hard to let that go. Okay, what has happened in your recent past here, Aries? What's going on? What's important here? It feels like you have fought a lot for what you think is right, for being independent, kind of doing your own thing, trying to find your strength here in a situation that was pretty hard for you. It feels like you have been attacked from all sides, and yeah, it just feels like you have found your bubble, your kind of safety net here. Let's explain the 7 of Wands, please. Give me one clarifier. What's the 7 of Wands here in the past for Aries, Sun, Rising, and Venus? The Tower. Now it comes out. Yeah, something has shaken you up in the past that kind of made you see yourself a bit differently, that kind of forced you to connect with your center here and find your balance, be more independent, care more about yourself here. It's always those things that come in from the outside, or sometimes they are just kind of inner epiphanies and revelation, especially with the Tower and the reverse, that are kind of shaking us up and forcing us to question some things in our lives. And sometimes they force us to rethink our values, our beliefs, our ways of thinking and seeing things. And I think that is what has happened with you. We have the High Priestess, so you are kind of have connected through to that incident that kind of shook you up here. You have connected much more to your inner self, to your soul, gotten more into alignment with your soul level here. Alright, what's going on consciously in your head, Aries? It's the 9 of Wands. You keep on standing tall and strong, fighting, hanging in there. It feels like there is a battle you have been in. It's kind of a struggle, could be financial, could be a matter of the heart. Take it as it resonates, of course. It's kind of you hanging on. And you know, the 9 talks about that you're almost there. So try to hang in there, guys. Whatever you have been battling with here and fighting for. It could be you have been fighting for more independence and strength on your own, for instance. But whatever you have been fighting for, and it could be your well-being, you're almost there. Hang in there, guys. The 9 is almost completion. And what's coming towards you is you're moving on to calmer waters. You're getting out of your head a bit, getting into better times. It feels like you are healing your heart. You are kind of taking a rest here, using the time you have on your hands probably at the moment, or you're making the time to kind of heal your heart and look out for yourself. I'm getting this self-care and this kind of feel-good vibe with this reading here, Aries, for you. So it feels like you are really trying to make yourself feel good, and you're doing everything you can to achieve that state of centeredness, of well-being here in your mind, in your body, in your soul, on all levels. And I love that energy. So whatever you're dealing with, guys, and it's normal that we have good days and bad days, try to hang in there. You're almost there, and look at that. You will be moving on towards better times here. What do you need to know, Aries, in that situation? What's important here? The Ace of Pentacles. It feels like you want to start something new and it's not coming about quite yet. You know, you could be dealing with delays here. So if this is financially or work related, of course, we are all in kind of times that are pretty rough at the moment, where no one is sure how it will go on, when some of us will go back to work, etc. It could be health related, of course, but I have the feeling for most of you this is some kind of stability that you're kind of wanting, either in a relationship or just on your own. And yeah, it's not coming about quite yet as you had expected or hoped, but you will get there. It's important to heal yourself first here and to look out for yourself. And that's what you're doing, Aries. You're on the right path here. What is the external influence? Temperance. So you find, it's important that you find your center here, that you kind of find your inner balance before something else comes about. So take the time to heal and rest and get back into balance. Whatever has thrown you off here, or whatever you're kind of going through at the moment, this kind of up and down, energy. Try to find your middle ground and be balanced. Don't get drawn into the negative. Don't be too enthusiastic about the positive. So try to be like a Zen master, you know, try to be in your center here and be focused on your inner harmony. Try to meditate, of course. Try to go out barefoot, root yourself, ground yourself. It's always a good idea if you feel a bit shaky emotionally. But it feels like you're doing the work with the Eight of Earth. I have the feeling you are working hard on your well-being here, Aries. What's the advice for you this week? What is the advice for Aries, please? One card, please, guys. Alright, there was one. Let's take this. Okay, we have the Knight of Pentacles. This can either mean that you have not enough patience to move forward because things are going slow at the moment, and it can also mean that you have to try to take a different approach to life, to get out of your routine and try something differently. I want to clarify the Knight of Pentacles reversed here, please, for Aries in the advice. Three of Swords. Yeah, it definitely has to do with some issue of the heart here. Whatever kind of loss or grief you have been going through, and I'm seeing that with the Tower here too, and with the Four of Swords, try to work towards healing yourself. Try to do things a little bit differently. It feels like you can't move on from it. It feels like you're holding on to it still. But you know, I always say that, and even if I repeat myself, I'm gonna say it again. To heal yourself, you need to accept your emotions. So whenever something unpleasant comes up, try to sit with it and accept it as a part of yourself. Try to be loving towards that emotion because it wants to be seen, and then it can heal. And it can be very painful, yes. And if that happens, then try to give some space to your emotions. And if you can't do it on your own, then please get some support. Sometimes it just helps if someone is there to kind of connect with you on an energetic level and keep your energy up a little bit, if that makes sense. Just someone who sits there and listens to you and is there for you, you know. That would be very important for you to kind of find some method for you to heal your heart and give yourself the time you need to rest and get back into your middle ground. Outcome, possible outcome, guys. Queen of Swords. It feels like you are a little bit up and down here in your head as well, not being very clear about what you want. I'm getting that Sworn energy here again. And sometimes the Queen of Swords reversed can be a little bit harsh, can be a little bit bitchy, can be a little bit kind of distanced, right? And that's what the Two of Swords is also talking about, kind of distancing herself, blocking people out of their lives. King of Swords reversed. So we have the King and the Queen of Swords reversed in the outcome. So with these two cards here, I'm getting that, yeah, look at that pair. So I'm getting strongly here that some of you should try to get a little bit more clear in the head, like try to free your head a little bit and use your logic, right? It could be that you are very much focused on meditation at the moment, on doing things for yourself, on your well-being, on your heart, which is pretty good because your heart needs healing. But try to be logical about things, and yeah, this kind of energy is very aloof, kind of very blocked off, kind of dismissive, I'm feeling here. So it feels like you are kind of blocking yourself off a bit from everything that is coming your way. But don't try to be too quick here with kind of blocking people out of your life. Just because you have been hurt before, it doesn't mean that someone else is going to do the same thing. If you heal your heart, you know, you have kind of a pure energy again. And if you remove especially heart chakra blockages and you remove your wall that you have built up around your heart, then, you know, some people will be drawn towards you that have kind of the same energy as you do, because we attract what we send out. So try to work on yourself and the rest will fall automatically. But don't forget your logic mind here and try to think clearly when making a decision, if you have to make one, guys. All right, I wish you a lovely week, Aries. Bye bye.